All right, guys, I'm super excited to have hands-on with this new limited edition Monta SkyQuest. So big thanks to the crew over at Monta, Justin, for helping me out getting this here right away for me to video and share with you guys. So right away, this is limited edition. So snapshot in time, this is what, February 10th, 2023, when this is going to be launched, is what I'm told. And yeah, so this is basically, they did this last year in the previous generation of the SkyQuest. They did the same kind of combination. They did this pearl dial with the gold trim and the aluminum bezel insert, and they did that one in a limited edition, and it was snapped up and purchased very quick. I suspect the same thing's going to happen with this one. There's only 175 of these to be made and sold. So let's get into the size of this thing, and then we'll talk a few more specs. So I measure width here. I ended up just measuring it at the bezel because the bezel is basically the same as what the case would be, excluding the crown guards. And I measure 40.5. The lug to lug, a nice 47 millimeter. Thickness only 12 millimeter to the top of that. Slightly chamfered, flat sapphire crystal with 7 layers of anti-reflective coating on the underside. 20 millimeter lug opening here. This excellent bracelet tapers down to 16 millimeter. And these links all are individually, so you can like fold it up on itself. The screw pins are perfection. There's even like a little bit of Loctite on them, so they're already good to go from the factory, and then when you pop one out and remove a link or whatever you need to do to size it, you're going to be good to go. Also, the micro adjust, you see there's no holes. It's on the fly. So you have this easy adjust here with ceramic ball bearings inside there, so it'll never wear out. It'll keep that same tactile feel on those detents when you use it. And then this is something they have, I think, a patent pending on this button system here for the clasp. So you have that knob there, and then you have the receiver here, and it just kind of snaps into place. Very audible, probably going to be forever before it wears out. And then, of course, you have a fold-over keeper, too, signed with the Monta logo. So, very nice. It's not quite that loud once on your wrist. There's a display case back showing off the movement. I'll do a close-up of that in a moment. Let's get back to the front side of this thing, and I will zoom in as we talk about some of the details. So, obviously, it looks like a white dial, but it's kind of like a pearl, or I'm not sure what else to call it, but it's kind of like an off-white, pearl white. And then, of course, you have the gold tone to the indices and the handset, which they're all rhodium plated. So they're super, super sharp and clean, very smooth. The handset's also diamond cut, so there's no rough edges or anything like that, even when you look close. You have that red, full red with the arrow tip with the BGW9 as the lume for the GMT hand or your 24-hour register hand. You have your date at the 6 o'clock, white wheel with black printing, also framed in with those gold, same as the markers. And then gold tone to the print on the aluminum bezel insert, which I love that they used aluminum. It really matches the whole vibe of the watch. The bezel is a bi-directional, very smooth and precise clicks to it, and it has 48. So it's a properly done bezel action for this GMT watch. So you can track 3 time zones if you set it up properly. The screw down crown is 6 millimeter. It's signed. And it has a little bit of like a cupcake shape to it almost. I don't know. It's been a while since I've had a cupcake. So, yeah, just a great looking watch. I love the white dial. They had to class it up a little bit and give it that kind of pearl look to it. Otherwise, it would just, stark white. Not going to work probably for this watch. And this is going to look more premium, just like when you buy a premium car. When you buy them white, they're not stark white, they're pearl white. And they have, extra touches. Kind of the same thing here. It's going to look, feel, and is more premium. So let me try to give it a quick wipe here real quick, just because I want to make sure I don't have any finger marks on this case back. But you can see the case back here. These are going to be numbered, and like I said, limited 175 of these. This one's serial numbered B315, so it'll just be in succession from that, I suspect. It's not like numbered in the sense that you have whatever number of whatever number. But this one, you know, maybe they will, maybe they won't. This one's like a demo model for me to video. Inside is the movement. They're calling it the M23. That's what Monta uses for their designation. They're going to use an M and then whatever movement they're using. In this case, that frees them up to source and modify whatever's available to them. This particular movement happens to be a Sellita SW330-2, and it is got a custom rotor, and it is, I'm assuming, regulated to a certain extent with their in-house watchmaker, on top of the fact that it's a more premium movement to begin with. So because on the time grapher, it was pretty much flat zero. So it runs perfect. Also 56-hour power reserve on this thing. So a little bit longer power reserve on this. All that comes at a price point. They have great packaging, great customer service, and just great, beautiful watches, period. And the sizes are perfect for most wrists. So that price point, I believe, if it's in line with the ones on the website, don't hold me to this, there'll be a link in the description, but if it's the same as the ones on the website, those are $2,435 on bracelet, I think. So let me pop this on my 7¼ inch wrist so you can get a look at that. Great looking and feeling watch indeed. Very premium looking, in my opinion. Which it should, right? $2,500 or just under it's a lot of money. I'm not saying it's not. It is definitely a lot of money to spend on a watch. So should you buy one? Well, there's a lot of great watches in that price point, but I think this one might do a little bit better than just hold its own. And that's where, you know, it's opened up for argument and debate on that. But the reality is Monta's got their stuff together, guys. They're making some amazing looking watches. Their finishes are perfect. Their design elements are just on point. They look great. And they have great customer service. They're extremely comfortable, and the size of them, and they're still thin. It seems like a lot of watches are getting thicker and thicker, and this thing's 12 millimeter. Maybe that matters to you, maybe it doesn't, but it matters to me. I just know that it's more comfortable, and when a watch is more comfortable and it looks nice, I'm just going to be more likely to wear it. Let's give this thing a little pop of UV light, and let's check the lume on this. It is all BGW9, so it should have a nice cool blue lume glow to it. Then there it is. Very long lasting. They load it up with the BGW9, which you tend to have to do with BGW9. Otherwise, it kind of just doesn't have the potency that, and this one obviously has it. All right, guys, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, chime in the comments down below. I'll do my best to answer them, but thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next vid.